Unpacking Google's new dangerous web environment integrity specification. Now, we did go over this a little bit earlier. It's really hard to talk about this topic without getting too political, so we're going to do our best here to thread the needle here. Why Vivaldi Browser thinks Google's new proposal, the Web Environment Integrity WEI spec, is a major threat to the open web and should be pushed back. Okay, well, let's help it push it back. Let's do some pushing back. Google seems to love creating specifications that are terrible for the open web, and it feels like they find a way to create a new one every few months. This time, we have come across some controversy caused by the new Web Environment Integrity spec that Google seems to be working on. At this time, I could not find any official message from Google about this spec, so it is possible that it is just the work of some misguided engineer at the company that has no backing from higher up. But it seems to be work that has gone on for more than a year, and the resulting spec is so toxic to the open web that at this point, Google needs to at least give some explanation as how it could go so far. That is a seething review. For those that don't know, hopefully, oh, good. Okay, it's going to go over it. I'd love to hear what they have to say. Okay. The spec in question, which is described right here, which, by the way, I'm going to go over one quick little part of this one really small one, which is this right here, is that they want to be able to verify users are users, and their first line kind of gives away the game right away, which is users like visiting websites that are expensive to create and maintain, but they often want or need to do it without directly paying. So if you want to know what Google's kind of up to, this is a very good first statement. And then the second statement, which is actually even more scary, is this one right here, which is users sometimes get tricked into installing malicious software that imitates software like their banking apps to steal from those users. The bank's internet interface could protect users if it could establish that the request it's getting actually come from the banks or trustworthy software, meaning that Google wants to exist somewhere in the middle of you and the internet, right? That's truly what it is saying, more than just the browser, but even deeper on a request level, right? So, just so you know, there we go.
Welcome to Costco.
I forgot to turn off alerts. Hold on, we'll get to you. I just forgot to turn off alerts. Let's finish this, then I'll say thank you. Yep. Man in the middle attack is now a feature. All right. It's called the Web Environment Integrity. The idea of it is simple. Is as simple as it is dangerous. It would provide websites with an API telling them whether the browser and the platform it is running on that is currently in use is trusted by an authoritative third party called an attester. The details are nebulous, but the goal seems to be to prevent fake interactions with websites of all kinds. While this seems like a noble motivation, we can all agree this seems good, and the use cases listed seem very reasonable. The solution proposed is absolutely terrible and has been equated with DRM for websites, with all that it implies. It is also interesting to note that the first use case listed is about ensuring that interactions with ads are genuine. We looked at it. While this is not problematic on the surface, it certainly hints at the idea that Google is willing to use any means of bolstering its advertising platform, regardless of the potential harm to its users. Yes, is the answer. Despite the text mentioning the incredible risk of excluding vendors, read the other browsers, it only makes a lukewarm attempt at addressing the issue and ends up without any real solution. So what's the issue? Simply, if an entity has the power of deciding which browsers are trusted and which are not, there is no guarantee that they will trust any given browser. Any new browser would by default not be trusted until they have somewhat demonstrated that they are trustworthy to the discretion of the attesters. In other words, who gets to own the browser eyeballs? Google does. Google gets to be the, I'm sure there'll be a foundation, there's some, because we can all agree that foundations never are linked to any really terrible behavior or any things that are pushed back by corporations. Yeah, it's certified. It's yucky, right? Anyone stuck running on a legacy software where their spec is not supported would eventually be excluded from the web. To make matters worse, the primary example given of the attester is Google Play on Android. This means Google decides which browser is trustworthy on its own platform. I do not see how they can be expected to be impartial. Yeah. How could Google be impartial? On Windows, they would probably defer to Microsoft via the Windows Store, and on Mac, they would defer to Apple. So we can expect that at least Edge and Safari are going to be trusted. Any other browser will be left to the good graces of those companies. I wonder if those companies then have to agree to something like there's going to be some uni company right? The ultimate software gateway company, right? That has to exist at the top of all this. The ultimate gateway foundation, right? Of course, you can note one glaring omission in the previous paragraph. What of Linux? Well, that is a big question. Will Linux be completely excluded from browsing the web, or will Canonical become the decider by virtue of controlling the Snaps package repository? But who knows? It's not looking good for Linux. This alone would be bad enough, but it gets worse. The spec hints heavily that one aim is to ensure that real people are interacting with the websites. It does not clarify in any way how it aims to do that. So we are left with some big questions about how it will achieve this. Will behavioral data be used to see if the user behaves like in a human-like fashion? That's actually that I actually never even thought about that. That's actually kind of scary, you know? That's kind of scary. I don't know about this. I never really thought about the attestations in that kind of sense, right? Will it be, let's see, will this data be presented to the attesters? Will accessibility tools that rely on automating inputs to the browser cause it to become untrusted? Will it affect extensions? The spec does currently specify a carve-out for browser modifications and extensions, but those can make automating interactions with a website trivial. So, either the spec is useless, or restrictions will eventually be applied there too. It would otherwise be trivial for an attacker to bypass the whole thing. Yep. Can we just refuse to implement it? Unfortunately, it's not that simple this time. Any browser choosing not to implement this would not be trusted, and any website choosing to use this API could therefore reject users from those browsers. Google also has ways to drive adoptions by websites themselves. First, they can easily make all their properties depend on using these features, and not being able to use Google websites is a death sentence for most browsers already. Furthermore, they could try to mandate that sites that use Google Ads use this API as well, which makes sense since the first goal is to prevent fake ad clicks. That would quickly ensure that any browser not supporting the API would be doomed. Yep, there is hope. There is an overwhelming likelihood that EU law will not allow a few companies to have a huge amount of power in deciding which browsers are allowed and which are not. There is no doubt that attesters would be under a huge amount of pressure to be fair as possible. Unfortunately, legislation and judicial machineries tend to be slow, and there's no saying how much damage will be done while governments and judges are examining this. If this is allowed to move forward, it will be a hard time for the open web and might affect smaller vendors significantly. It has been long known that Google's dominance on the web browser market gives them a potential of becoming an existential threat to the web. With every bad idea they have brought to the table, like Flock, Topic, and Client Hints, they have come closer to realizing that potential. It is kind of terrifying that so few companies truly own the access to the web. You know what I mean? The problem is, in America, we have like the whole what's called monopoly effect. But I guess in some sense, maybe you could call this like some sort of corporate version of racketeering, right? You can't, like, landlords can't agree to all raise prices. It's racketeering. So in some sense, by having three companies control access to the internet, one could argue maybe it's racketeering. Maybe there is laws in which are currently in place. Obviously, this is right? This is a whole new world, right? You could never make a law that could have foresaw this from happening. Maybe. But it's curious. Web environment integrity is more of the same, but also a step above the rest in the threat it represents, especially since it can be used to encourage Microsoft and Apple to cooperate with Google to restrict competition, both in browser space and the operating system space. Exactly. This is truly it's racketeering, really. It is imperative that they be called out on this and prevented from moving forward. While our vigilance allows us to notice and push back against all these attempts to undermine the web, the only long-term solution is to get Google to be on an even playing field. Legislation helps us there, but so does reducing their market share. Similarly, our voice grows in strength for every Vivaldi user, allowing us to become more effective in these discussions. We hope that users of the web realize this and choose their browsers consequently. The fight for the web to remain open is going to be a long one, and there is much at stake. I mean, obviously they have they obviously have a dog in the fight, right? They clearly don't want to be just shut out, right? And they run the risk of being able to be shut out, right? It is in itself pretty terrifying. I think the advice is really good, which is you got to quit giving Google views. You know what I mean? Your girlfriend uses Vivaldi and won't let me hear the end of it. Really? Do you have like some chat AI program on your Arch install? Like, how does that work? Can she pause your music and your YouTube ads because you're using Vivaldi? Vivaldi? I know. See, the problem is just stop using Google, right? Like, how do you even do that? Got him. I think someone that's one thing that really was interesting is when third-party sites start using this, such as imagine Cloudflare. How many companies use Cloudflare as like an in-between to prevent DDoSing and stuff like that, right? You could imagine a world where it's not just Google doing it, but once Google sets it in motion and then Cloudflare requires it, the whole internet becomes shut down. You know? I don't like this. I don't know. The problem is I don't know how do you change this? Honestly, how do you change this? I use Firefox. How do you change this? How do you cause a real change in the market? I feel personally, I just feel like powerless in this situation, other than I can say what's happening, and maybe you guys can tweet about it, Adam. You can, right? Like, what do you do? I don't know. The name is the Primogen.